SGG Detective Office is open for business. I am Super Geek Girl, your resident magical girl detective. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend and hope you guys are having a lovely Sunday. Hello. Hello, Maddie. Hello, Gigster. Hello, Gabe. Hello, Fanto. Hello, Sleepy. Hello, Myers. Hello, Outspector. Hello. Glad to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in. And hello, Brayden. Hello. Good to see you too. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on a Gay Lawyer Sunday. We are going to be finishing up case number 3 of Apollo Justice today. But before that, Xbox had their Summer Games showcase today. I was able to watch a little bit of it, and about what I expected. I mean, we have new Gears of War, that's cool. New Call of Duty, zombie mode, whatever. New Halo. Castlevania and Spyro are coming back. So that's exciting. That's exciting. And all right, we all know why I tuned in. We all know the only reason that I was watching, and we freaking got it in spades. Let's just go straight to the desk, shall we? We're just gonna go straight to the desk. We're just gonna go straight to the desk because it bears watching again.
You ever heard of the Midnight Channel?
I sure have!
Domino might have been that Midnight Channel before she died too.
And we can already hear the new song. We already hear the new song in the background. Oh, it's so good.
Feels like we're someplace totally different.
Look out! Like immediately, it looks
Whatever's
so
going on here,
freaking good.
we're getting to the bottom of it.
To wield a persona is to
Hi,
wield
Igor.
direct control of one's heart. And the heart is strengthened through
Oh, there's the boy! There's Izanagi!
Doesn't it sound cool?
Someone had to see that. I'm glad it was you.
Was that supposed to be him?
Good times.
Oh my
never
god,
seem to
Inaba's
last
never
long,
looked
do
better!
I hate you, sneaky, stupid, bully jerk!
What's the cereal in the last one?
Shall we?
Really?
No!
Come on, don't call me that.
Kenji!
All shadows were originally born from humans.
Teddy sounds
And that
very
means Senpai
different.
got killed by her other self.
No! Get out of here!
Oh, here we go.
Does that mean you're just gonna stuff me back in your head and pretend I'm not Ria? I can't.
Let's go! God, it's so freaking stylish. It's so
Which means that
good.
we also gotta catch whoever's tossing people in.
It's so freaking good
I
looking.
think I'd like to help too. I'm not running away from this.
Here we go, series finale. We got showtime. We got showtime attacks.
I'll be counting on you, partner. Then let's team up and catch this jerk.
Oh my god, and the all-out attack animation looks so good.
Here, go! Persona!
There we go, baby. Persona 4 Revival. Persona 4 Revival is officially coming out February 18th next year. I am beyond thrilled. I am beyond thrilled. We were anticipating this. And I am so excited, guys. This is my birthday gift to myself. This is my birthday gift to myself next year. It comes out just a few days after my birthday. It's coming out. It's coming out, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So yes, as you can tell from that trailer, they will be having a brand new cast of voice actors. I can't pinpoint any voices right now, but I am very excited to see. I'm very excited to see who's going to be involved. I'm very excited to tackle Persona 4 again. Much like with the other Persona game, Persona 5, I haven't completed it yet. So it'll be all new to me. I think I got as far as Kanji's palace or Kanji's bathhouse. I think that's as far as I got when me and my friend were playing it, and then we kind of dropped off. So I don't know. I don't know how P4 ends. So it's gonna be much the same with P5. I know a good portion of the I know a good portion of the plot, but I don't know the whole thing. So, hello, Riker. Hello. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. And speaking of Persona, one more thing that was announced. Going all Columbo here with the one more thing. I was screaming when I watched this the first time, so I'm kind of like listening really intently this time. Because I was screaming the whole time this was going. Yeah! The leaks were true! The leaks were true! So yeah, there it is. P6. P6 confirmed. So yes, oh my god. There are so many so many questions I have about P6. Obviously, green is the new color. Some of the stuff that was leaked was true. I'm sure we'll be getting more information about this. I probably don't expect any more information about this until next year, to be honest, because I think they're going to be focused more on Revival, especially now that Revival has a confirmed release date. Because I'm sure there's going to be another trailer that comes out that announces all the VAs as well, when and if that comes out. But yeah, definitely taking more of a horror theme going on with P6. Which I'm gonna be real, like the gravestone graveyard thing kind of weirded me out because I thought that death was one of the central themes of Persona 3. But maybe they're going more ghost supernatural with this. I mean, comparing personas to like ghosts or being possessed by ghosts or something, that's not a hard jump to make. So I'm expecting more supernatural ghost hunting. I don't want to say Scooby-Doo shenanigans, but I kind of want to see Scooby-Doo shenanigans. And let us not forget, Shin Megami Tensei literally deals with demons and devils, so we could be seeing some, possibly going that angle as well, which would be interesting. That would be an interesting, that'd be an interesting way to take it. There's just so much that we don't know about P6, even with the leak. We still don't know if it's gonna be adult protagonist or, kid protagonist. By the look at the designs, that we saw, they are kind of looking high school age. But yeah, I'm really hoping for adult protagonist, and I'm really hoping for the option to play as a female protagonist. Please let us do it this time, please. I was joking with friends. I wanted this persona of the main cast to be cryptids this time. That would be really funny if it was. I think they're gonna go more ghost supernatural, so maybe it's gonna be like famous Japanese ghosts, like Yuki Onna, Kuchisake Onna, Hanako. Having Hanako as a persona would be hilarious. I summoned Hanako off the toilet. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be more of a ghost supernatural spin this time around. Just because of the just because of the graveyard thing, that makes me think ghosts, goblins. Someone threw out maybe zombie apocalypse? I don't know. that doesn't really seem to fit in with a with the Persona games, having it be a zombie apocalypse. I'm not sure. If they make La Llorona a summon, I will praise out. Oh God, there are so many, dude. There are so many ghosts that they can pull from other cultures as well, not just Japan. Oh, that would be dope. Turbo Granny is summonable in SMT5. There you go. There you go. Just get a just get Turbo Granny in there. Yeah, exactly. There's so many freaking ghost stories from all over the world that they can pull from if they do decide to go with the ghost route. That would be super cool. So yeah, definitely some exciting stuff on the horizon for Persona. Of course, we'll find out more about P6 when they decide to release more information, and hopefully keep this one safe from hackers and leakers and all that. But Persona 4 Revival, though. Revival is what I am very much excited about. We will absolutely be checking it out. I am hoping that we're going to be able to check it out when it comes out. But there is the possibility that I may not be in the country when it comes out. We'll see. That's still up in the air. But I am hoping to try and do day one. That would be awesome to do it day one. But we'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, there was also Crazy Taxi. My husband was happy about that. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. SMT and by extension Persona does have its roots in horrors, 80s schlock in the form of the light novels. But the SMT series has a bit more of a cosmic Lovecraftian horror thing going on. Right. That's what I've heard. Why? Why again? Oh man, yeah. I haven't done a deep dive into the Shin Megami Tensei lore. Like, ow! Thank you. Like, trying to wrap my head around all the stuff in Persona kind of already gives me a headache. But yeah, no, Crazy Taxi's awesome. They should have had Beatty Joe in the trailer. They should have had Beatty Joe, but I'll overlook that for now. I'm sure that Beatty is going to be in there. I'm just going to switch back since we're done with the trailers for now. I'm sure Beatty's going to be in there. Beatty has to be. He's one of the flagship dudes. But yes, aside from Persona, I did touch on it briefly, but Castlevania's back. Welcome back, Castlevania. We missed you. Glad to have you back. Also, new Spyro. New Spyro game. One of the few PlayStation 1 games that I really, really enjoyed and was able to play before I broke my brother's PS1 and then was banned from ever touching it again. But yeah, there was definitely some good stuff. Kind of regret not live streaming it, but you know, can't get them all. Can't get them all. Now Nintendo Direct. Next Nintendo Direct that comes around, we will absolutely try to live stream that if it's not at some ridiculous hour of the morning. Maybe P6. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, is that P6 has a female pro tag. We haven't played as a female pro tag since P3R. Or sorry, P3P, not R. And I can't wait. So all right, I'm actually going to step away for a quick second. But when we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more about the Xbox showcase, and then it'll be time for Gay Lawyers. So sit tight, guys. I will be right back. Welcome back, guys. Sorry, I had to step away for a quick second there. Hello, Boots. Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in. So, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Gay Lawyer Sunday, where we are going to be, hopefully, finishing up case number 3, Turnabout Serenade. When we left off last time, we had a whole lot of info We had a whole lot of info dumped on us. We found out that our murder victim, Mr. Romain Letouce, was actually working with Interpol, and that there may be some sort of cocoon smuggling ring going on in Borginia and other countries. And one of Lavier's band members is super sussy, and is probably going to be our killer. So let's see what we could unravel. Personally, I think the cocoon thing was kind of unnecessary, but I'll reserve full judgment for when we finish this case. After all, it is a case 3, so they're always gonna overcomplicate things in a case 3. So let's see how this plays out. His hair is enough to be yeah, never trust a pompadour. I don't know, actually. I mean, you have Josuke Higashikata and Kuwabara. Those are reliable dudes. So maybe the shorter pompadours that you can trust. Maybe not the long ones. I don't know. July 10th, 9:49 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Here we go.
Well, this is it.
Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. Yeah, this dude. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving.
Diane, wait!
I never liked you. Either of you. Huh? Yeah, there we go.
Darn it, we were so close! He was about to tell us! Hey, Apollo.
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Why? Literally starting things off with a bang? What was that? He is heard but unseen. Oh, I bet you. Is this Grand Marnier again?
Who's that talking?
Yeah, there you are! Hi, sir.
Bella Grand Marnier!
I exclaimed as he walked in through the door. Normally.
You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valen?
A preposterous proposition! How could I stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets would be free for the plucking! I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day.
With vanishing magic?
Indeed! I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over! But before I go, a word of warning.
Warning? What?
A grand Grandmayer glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth.
A glamour? Yeah, bright yellow. That's really not a great hiding color.
A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell!
And there he goes.
I kind of like this dude a little bit. He's he is so like over the top. He looks like a banana or Greg from the Wiggles. Ah, don't be mean to the Wiggles. That's childhood, or someone's childhood, not mine. I was too old for the Wiggles. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing.
Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show with that one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually, it involves cutting up things, like people, or elephants, or the Eiffel Tower, anything really.
Okay, who is out here cutting up the Eiffel Tower? Who in France authorized that? So he was talking about what we saw at the concert.
La Miroir's disappearing act.
And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar.
Trucy wonders what he meant by it being at the root of all that has happened.
Well, it's about time. Shall we go?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed.
Oh, good. Okay. And now we're screwing with the start time.
The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be convincing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Huh? Did something happen? This is a first. I mean, we did hear that gunshot earlier.
It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business.
Great. I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas.
Apparently, he's visiting the hospital again.
The hospital?
I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently, his condition worsened considerably this morning.
The Chief Justice's son? Who is this Chief Justice and who is the son? Are they going to be important later?
Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial.
There's an article about it in the newspaper, if you care to read about it yourself.
Newspaper article added to the court record. Article about the Chief Justice's son who was inflicted with incuritis. Stupidest name for a disease ever. Incuritis? Where have I heard that before?
Trucy will let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide pages to Trucy.
Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. Okay, hang on. We need to read this. Let's take a look at this. Oh, that's all we're getting, huh? Everything else conveniently blurred out. Incuritis syndrome, first case in the country. Disease strikes closer to home than ever before. Interesting. I don't like how pompous Valence is, especially since I know the Grand Marnier history. No spoilers! No spoilers, please. July 10th, 10:30 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3. Let's go!
My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of... how do you say this name again?
Machi Tobaye, al suspect fortissimo.
Right, it's his trial in any case.
The defense is prepared, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready to rock.
Is something wrong, Your Honor?
No. Well, yes. It's just, I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time.
Oh God, his mind's gonna be elsewhere.
Incuritis, was it? That article said there's no known cure.
Hail, Judge. Let me say with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday. I asked Interpol about that number. IP XX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Letus. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Hold it! Wait! That voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Letus. When I heard the gunshots fired, it was him! It was Mr. Dorian! No way! Quite a sensational ending, yeah? Who would have thought Dorian would guest star in the season cliffhanger as a suspect? I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings. Dorian Crescent is a member of my band, the Governors. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet, after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges.
And your reason is?
Weren't you aware, Herr Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. An alibi? Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Governors ripped off the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage. The only performers appearing were myself, La Miroir, and Machi, along with a drummer and bassist, for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the 3rd set. La Miroir and the defendant, Machi Tobaye, had left the stage at that point. And the Governors were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots held by Detective Emma Sky, mind you.
And Apollo, you heard him too, right?
I sure did. Furthermore, La Miroir herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime. Then she claimed to have heard Mr. Letus and Detective Crescent talking. But that's impossible! Detective Crescent was... Precisely. Detective Crescent was on stage, getting his groove on, no less. Voila! A perfect alibi! Although...
Wasn't Dorian, however the hell you're gonna say his name, wasn't he also, didn't he also miss his cue? It was him who missed his cue, right? That's gotta play into this somehow.
Does the defense have anything to add to this?
It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up.
Well, let's see. It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Dorian Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged. Which means that La Miroir was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true. Very well. Of course, if we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections...
Oh, Apollo, if he declares a verdict now...
But Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight! La Miroir might have been lying to protect Machi! How can I rely on her testimony?
Wait, what about yesterday in the detention center?
About the case? What about the case?
He wants to tell us about Mr. Letus's death?
This meeting's over!
Dorian?
Machi was trying to tell us something. I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is to ask him under oath.
Very well. The court finds the defendant. What was his name again? Your Honor! No, that wasn't it. It was something like Maki or Mr. Justice.
Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness.
Exactly who else do you need to hear from?
A witness who until now has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English.
You don't mean...
I do. The defense calls defendant Machi Tobaye to the stand!
What? But he doesn't speak English!
We'll use an interpreter.
Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases, such as, I love you, and where's the toilet?
The defense would like to request La Miroir as the interpreter.
La Miroir? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant.
But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie?
This is most unusual.
So are many of the cases here, Judge. You're not used to this by now? Hello, Bushmaster. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the agency.
Bravo, Herr Forehead. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If La Miroir lies, I will be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Hello, 14 Rings. Welcome, welcome. And hello, Stumpy. Good to see you. It's not really on the cops. It's not really on for the cops to prevent a man from speaking for... Blah, 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 blah. I can't read. The cops cannot prevent someone from speaking to their lawyer. That was super sus. Agreed. 100% agreed.
Well, if both the prosecution and the defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal.
Finally, some progress.
Bailiff, please show the defendant and La Miroir to the witness stand.
Ah, they're both there. Stumpy has been here for... Oh, excuse me. Sorry, Stumpy.
I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed?
Is this the first time we've ever had two people in the witness stand at the same time? I feel like there may have been... I feel like there had to have been one other time where this happened, but I can't recall it right now.
Your name, to begin with, if you would, La Miroir.
Yes.
He says, Machi Tobaye, the defendant. This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular.
Well, so far so good.
Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would.
Huh? If I would... What, Your Honor? He's so cute.
Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about?
What do I want him to testify about? I hadn't thought that far yet!
Apollo! Aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday? How can I if I don't know what he was saying?
Excuse me, a moment. If I may speak?
Yes, La Miroir.
Just now, Machi said there was something about which...
La Miroir doesn't have an accent. What am I doing?
Just now, Machi said there is something about which he wishes to testify.
Machi wants to testify about something? What could it be?
What sort of testimony is he talking about?
Oh, one moment, please.
Objection!
Oh, the suspense is killing me! Thank you for the objection, Presto!
What?
What? What?
Hello, Doomfish! You haven't missed anything yet. Good to see ya. Oh, we did talk about P4 Revival, though. I thought you meant the game. Sorry. Yes, we did talk about P4 Revival and how it's gonna be my birthday gift to myself and how excited I am for it. But we can keep talking about it. We can keep bringing it up because I will never not be over the fact that we got P4 Revival and P6 both confirmed. I am over the moon about that still.
Well, La Mémoire? According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence. What? This is a surprise.
Yahoo! Victory, Apollo! We did it!
This is sounding too good to believe. And I know what that usually means.
Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony. La Mémoire, Machi, please testify to the court.
The investigation team has always felt like my home. Yes, I love my Scooby-Doo murder mystery solvers. I love them. I'm very excited to see them all come back. It was confirmed, new vocal cast. I couldn't pinpoint any of the voices just from listening to the trailer, but they are different voices. Definitely. Teddy in particular sounds very different. He sounds closer to the first game than he did to his voice in Golden, which I believe Sam Riegel was his voice in Golden. Chie too had a different VA from OG Persona 4 to Golden and the other subsequent P4 games. But I'm very excited to see who the new voices are going to be. Chie's new VA sounds a little like Toph from Avatar. I can hear it a little bit. Teddy's new VA sounds a little bit androgynous. Yeah, I got that too. But yeah, like I said, I can't really pinpoint any voices at this point. We're just gonna have to wait for the official announcements, which I'm sure that there's gonna be another trailer that announces the cast sooner rather than later, since it seems like they have a good portion of the game done already. I am just really interested in I'm really interested in how they're going to tackle Kanji and Naoto's storylines. Especially with those issues being much more relevant today than they were back in the day. So I'm really excited to see those storylines in particular. Also, I want them to bring. I want Yosuke to be a romance option. I really want them to have a romance option for Yosuke. It is criminal that got cut out. And I mean, I know that Akechi isn't a romance option technically, but the game is shipping them so hard. I'd be really surprised if P4 didn't take it one step further and actually made it official. Of course, that means you would also have to have romance routes for Kanji and Teddy as well, which Kanji I don't mind. Kanji's a good boy with a rough exterior, which I love. Teddy's Teddy. We'll have to see how that plays out. But yeah, I'm really excited. Also, it was just briefly touched on, but it looks like that they're going to be following the Showtime attacks in Royal and the Fairg attacks in P3. Looks like everyone is going to get their own. I think they called it like series finale attacks. And I am so excited. I love a good final finisher, final smash sort of special move. Teddy is, if you say unbearable, I'm gonna kick you from this chat. Oh, all right. Okay, we're fine. If you were gonna walk in with a bear pun, I was gonna be very upset. I'm so scared that scene. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I think I know which scene you're talking about, but let's save that for when we'll save that for another day. Alright, back to the game. We do need to get back to, figuring out what the heck's going on here. Witness testimony! Proof of innocence.
He says that word of Mr. Latus's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is, he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them.
Oh, good point. I'm gonna take a week of vacation time just for P4. All right. Yeah, that comes out around my birthday. That revival is gonna be my birthday gift to myself. I've already decided if I'm in the country to play it.
I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely. I had wondered what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask La Miroir to know the meaning of that song.
La Miroir! Did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him?
I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail. And he never asked.
Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? La Miroir might be protecting the witness.
Well, anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would.
Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony. I know it. I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday, it'll work today. Alright. Let's see when it lights up. Word of Mr. Latus's death came as a great shock. If the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them.
Yay! Juicy knew he was innocent!
I believe he is too, Trucy. I do.
What's wrong, Apollo? You got a tummy ache or something?
Something's hidden in that testimony. If it's the truth, I'll find it. Okay, just wanted to see what I was missing here. He said that word of Mr. Latus's death came as a great shock. If the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand. Something about that doesn't jive. Let's check this one. Oh, look, you can see his eyes. You can see his eyes behind his sunglasses now. Oh. Did you see it? Did you see it? His eyes just kind of very briefly went like. I think that was it. I think that was our giveaway. Because the lyrics are in come on, move your eye again. Move your eye again. Gotcha!
Gotcha!
Boom! Machi, you can't fool my eyes. You glanced towards her the very moment La Miroir said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you?
What are you saying? Of course he can't.
Must he continue this charade?
Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English.
Huh?
Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language, that's all.
Oh, give me a break!
Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance?
Well, yeah, but... Uh-oh.
I am sorry, but he truly does not understand your language.
Well then, explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics?
Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple. So simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper.
The newspaper?
The Borginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in this country these days, you know. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland.
Yeah, but the Borginian one didn't have all the info yet, did it? I was right.
What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes. They're quite fierce all of a sudden.
Machi is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he's lying. Yeah, there it is. The Borginian newspaper didn't mention anything about the lyrics, so how could he have known? Parker! Give me pictures of Borginian Spider-Man! Thank you, J. Jalen Jacobson. What the hell are you doing in Virginia? I have here a Borginian newspaper. The Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a featured article about this case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics.
What? What is this all about?
I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper! I'm sure whatever he said in Borginian was not repeatable in English. Was not appropriate for Twitch audiences. I think we just got cussed out in Borginian.
What does this mean?
I don't see how it's possible. I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes. Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in the police questioning. I read the full report myself.
So the lyrics weren't in the newspaper, and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less.
The witness will explain himself.
Machi says... He says...
Come on, La Miroir, out with it.
Yes?
It is true I read the newspaper. But this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember.
You remember? Alright, what's this excuse gonna be?
He says he heard of the lyrics from me.
What?
Is this true, La Miroir?
Yes. I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself.
Yeah, right. We have met Borginian people before. Yeah, I was about to say, Borginian came up in the investigations duology. That annoying art dude on the Turnabout Airlines. He was from Borginia, wasn't he? Zinc Blanc, yes, that's his name. Thank you. I couldn't remember what his name was, but I remembered he was definitely from Borginia.
Then it looks like our forehead has been jumping to conclusions again.
It seems so, yes.
No, no! I was onto something, I know it! I can't let this chance slip away!
Time is an issue today, Mr. Justice. Are you finished with the cross-examination?
What are you gonna do, Apollo?
If I'm gonna keep on cross-examining, I better have an angle of attack. Or else! My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue.
If you must, you must. Very well. Witness?
I understand.
It was I who explained that the crime followed the song. Let's take a closer look at that, shall we? It was
was I who explained.
Alright, nothing on Machi. Nothing on Machi. Let's look at La Miroir.
It's I who explained that the crime followed.
Where was it last time? She gulped last time, wasn't it? Let's hear it again. I think it was... Yeah, there it is!
Gotcha!
She gulped! It was I who explained it. She's totally lying! La Miroir. I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain?
Me? Uncertain?
Yes. You swallowed the very moment you told the court it was I who explained.
I see there is little point in trying to hide anything from you.
La Miroir, are you indeed protecting someone?
That is not a question with a simple answer.
I mean, yes or no is a pretty simple answer.
To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself.
Then allow me to answer for you. La Miroir, you're protecting... She is protecting Machi.
Take that!
La Miroir, you are protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it. Really, I trust you. But you've lied to us twice now. And now you have La Miroir lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English. You have to. We got him.
Witness! Is this true? Do you understand English?
Alright, now he actually does get a voice.
Yes, a little, only.
What?
First he could see, and now he can talk. And you did not know about this, La Miroir? No, I did not. It is quite a surprise.
How many secrets is this witness hiding?
Lost! This is lost!
Machi, could you tell us what really happened?
No shooting! I did no shooting!
You know what this is reminding me of? This is reminding me of Chicago. The musical. The Cell Block Tango, where you had the six women who killed their lovers, and then you had one woman who couldn't speak English but kept insisting that she was innocent. This is what this is reminding me of. That woman in particular. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those two gunshots, correct?
Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either.
I was in dressing room behind desk. Manager, he on floor.
Which would be after the shooting, right?
Then there is voice. Voice? Or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo?
So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Latouche had already been shot. And then we came to the door.
tunnel high up. A take off. Run away! Run away!
So it was you who escaped through that air vent.
As the prosecution has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession?
No! He's clearly denied that he did it.
I know something! Manager on floor! Already on floor!
The victim has already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter! Does the defendant have anything to say to this?
He's clammed up, Apollo!
Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from this witness?
Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait.
No. Of course there is.
What is this cocoon anyway?
The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure.
A cure? Whoa, Machi? Are you a smuggler?
He won't tell me.
That cocoon has to have something to do with this. Alright, what's the deal with this cocoon?
Machi, please tell us the truth. For your own sake.
No. No more speak. Not to any of you.
So much for your precious trust, Hair Forehead.
Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him.
Regardless, this brings us to an impasse.
I thought at the beginning the gunshots might have been played over the loudspeaker to confuse the time of death. Ooh. You know what? That's definitely a possibility. I can see that. But the loudspeaker I thought was playing the Gaviner's music. Maybe they Not sure. That is an interesting point, though. I'll keep that in mind. Put a pin in that. We'll come back to that later.
It does seem that the defense and the defendant are at odds. I doubt we're likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed.
All right. July 10th, 11:23 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Machi, stop being a punk. We are trying to help you. I mean, I can understand, like... So apparently with the cocoons, it's a death sentence in Virginia to be found with one. So is that why he's freaking out so much? Because he doesn't want to die? I mean, I can understand that. But we will have to, we'll have to figure it out in about 3 minutes. We are going to take a quick 3-minute break, to allow for ads. So stick around, detectives. Turnabout Serenade will continue in 3. See you guys then. welcome back, everybody. Let us continue on with Turnabout Serenade. Now that we know that our client has been lying to us for the entirety of the trial. Again. This is not as egregious as On Guard, but it's still pretty annoying. Let's see what the deal is, though.
Apollo Justice.
That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. Jeez, don't be a... Look, I know he's been lying to you this whole time, but don't be a bitch about it, Apollo.
Believe I know shooting.
Machi claims Mr. Latouche was already down on the ground when he entered the room.
Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it? Suddenly, I hear revolver.
Close. Very close.
Then I hear voice.
You heard gunshots?
Yes, it's true. I hear revolver, but only sound.
Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Latouche already dead, and then you heard the shots?
Hey, Stumpy, I think you're right. I think you're right about them playing the gunshots over the loudspeaker.
If that's true...
So, you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots?
And you escaped through the air vent.
I know. Huh? What do you know? I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and big stage.
So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area. Is that what he means?
Hey, he's right! Look, Apollo!
Huh, yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that?
Wait! Juicy bets his father was the architect that designed the hall or something! I hear this from Magician.
Magician?
Valid!
Don't look at Trissy!
A magician, huh?
Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Latouche.
Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say you went into the room to find the body and then you heard the shots? That one's gonna go over well in court. Not!
Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies.
That's not necessarily true, ma'am.
That's what Daddy always told me.
Yeah. And that worked out for you. That worked out for you so well with Matt On Guard, didn't it, Phoenix? How quickly we forget. Farewell, my turnabout. That worked out for you so well in the past, didn't it, buddy?
I'll just pretend that you misheard him. Every time. So what do we do?
You're sure you won't testify, Machi? No talking. No. Well, it was worth a shot.
That cocoon. I can't go home.
Can't go home?
I can't go home to Borzinia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Borzinia is death.
That's right. It's punishable by death.
Of course. He's scared. Oh well. I guess we're just gonna have to try and find a different approach.
That's the spirit, Apollo. So, what's your plan?
If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify.
Someone else?
I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there.
Right.
Are they gonna get Valent to testify now? July 10th, 11:28 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. It's bad that Machi is more cooperative when it comes to revealing Valent's magic trick than La Miroir, who was actively participating in the act. Well, he hasn't revealed nothing yet. He hasn't revealed nothing yet.
Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk.
Very well. So, will he testify?
Your Honor, the defendant will not testify.
What?
Shame. Until I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around.
Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor.
A different angle?
If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, La Miroir. Again? I thought he was going to call up Valent.
La Miroir?
Objection!
What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that La Miroir's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can...
La Miroir was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries.
What happened?
She was assaulted, Your Honor.
Assaulted?
Someone wanted La Miroir dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself.
What? I've heard no such report.
Oh! Did you not get an update, Prosecutor Gavin? Do we finally know something you don't? Prosecutor Gavin? Why would anyone be out to kill La Miroir? Can you think of a reason?
Well,
think of how she's known in our country. A singer from overseas. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been?
you don't think...
I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. The killer was afraid of her. Afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out.
So, am I to understand that this is what you're saying? Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in La Miroir's testimony? A nugget we have yet to uncover?
Exactly.
If La Miroir was attacked, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will hear La Miroir's testimony once more.
And she's back.
La Miroir, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this.
No more lies this time, though. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window, and that the voice belonged to Darren Crescent. Yes?
That is correct. At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice?
I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there.
There is, it seems, much you do not know.
And yet it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court?
Of course, Your Honor.
All right, what did we miss? What did we miss?
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window.
It's pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony.
I'm sorry. I am not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I said here is the truth. Then it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have had happened is impossible.
Do I have to repeat myself? La Miroir was attacked because of this testimony. What? Trucy?
Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool.
Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead. Like me.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness.
Alright, what do we got here? I was on my way to the stage. That's when I heard them. What exactly did you hear? Darian Crescent?
I did not know his name at the time, but yes, it was him. The one who took the stand yesterday.
How many times do I need to remind you that that is impossible? There is no way you could have heard him. Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why? Of course.
Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere.
She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try? What were they talking about? La Miroir, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us.
I have given it much reflection, but
I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember.
I only heard one phrase clearly.
A whole phrase? You remembered something that was said? Why didn't you say anything yesterday?
Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said.
This could be it. The clue I've been waiting for. What did he say?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche.
The shooter, then. Darian Crescent.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch now.
Oh, so, okay. So Latouche had the switch that... Wait. No, that's not... That can't... Wait, what? Hang on.
Switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche?
I thought it quite strange myself afterwards.
It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this?
I mean, sure, I'd be delighted. It's very vital. Maybe we could add that to the testimony. Hello, Mini Kita. Welcome, welcome. Ace Attorney, let's go. Yes, welcome. It's Gay Lawyer Sunday. And we are making our way through Case 3 of Apollo Justice. Wait, what's going on? Wait, what? Crazy Taxi using AI? Wait, what? On the one hand, it looks great. On the other hand, I'm disappointed Sega used Gen I while developing it. I hope it's just temporary for assets, but Sega is yet to fully disclose it. No! Oh, that is extremely disappointing. Oh, hopefully Sega can shed some light on this, but if that's true, that super sucks. Is it really Gay Lawyer? Yes, I have been calling it Gay Lawyer Sunday ever since I started playing these games.
Maybe, Apollo?
From the small window, I heard a voice say, "Press the switch now." Oh, wait. No, go back. I wanted to look at this. Press the switch. Well, I mean, we did find a switch. I guess this is what she's talking about. I don't know how this would be an objection, but, she's projecting. We tried bullshit I'm projecting! There is no heterosexual excuse for Miles Edgeworth! Anyway, Anyway, objection. A tiny resigned objection this time. I'm serious. There is no heterosexual excuse for that man. That there is no excuse for him. Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh? Yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch. Save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene. But it just so happens I have a switch right here.
That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it?
Nah, that's just a single Joy-Con at best.
The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage.
The stage?
Where the concert was held yesterday, yes. This was found hidden there.
On the stage? Are you claiming that the voice La Miroir heard was of someone commanding another to press this switch?
It's a possibility.
Objection!
Okay, sir. Or, Herr Forehead, I would call that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the courtroom of the...
I can't talk. I can see Clavier being a gay... Yes! He's our... he is our for sure gay lawyer of... He's the next generation of gay lawyer. That's him. I think the very first time I saw him, I clocked it as like, I am you prosecutor and I'm gay. No, but I love him. I love him. He's a punk sometimes though, like most prosecutors are. But eventually, I always fall in love with them, so I'm not surprised. I need to get back at Ace Attorney at some point. You do! We're still coping for Ace Attorney 7. Yep, I knew it. I knew the minute the words I knew the minute that the words Miles Edgeworth left my mouth that this was going to happen. Thank you. Thank you for the bong. Appreciate it.
It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert form. The stage is quite far from La Miroir's dressing room. Not to mention that the governors were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you want and not be heard. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too have Herr Forehead's cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard.
That was a little messy.
Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed to shout. Excuse me? You heard what I said.
Or do you need me to shout it out for you?
It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room.
Oh, wait. You like your evidence, don't you?
How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on stage from the dressing room.
It's gotta be the headset that we found. Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this.
Why, that's... What is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented when I wasn't looking?
Judge, please. Let the grown-ups are talking. It's been confirmed there will be a new singer for Persona 4 Revival. Instead of Shihoko Hirata, they got Shiori Sasaki with Ryota Kozaka as the composer. Nice! It did sound like a new singer. From what little of the new song that we heard, it did sound like a new singer, so... Cool. This is a type of transmitter, a communications device.
Communications device?
From what I've heard, that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yeah, actually, they're for talking between band members. We all had one on.
So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from backstage to the stage would be simple.
Objection!
True, but wait. Those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited.
La Miroir said it was about 30 feet, right?
Look at this cross-section diagram of the concert forum. Exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet.
That can't be! So when La Miroir heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage!
There you go.
Oh. You're claiming this is the switch in question? Why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It could be placed in a pocket or carried anywhere! Someone could have hidden it on the stage after the fact!
I guarantee you that wood paneling's gonna have a pretty nice dent in it after the end of this trial.
Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? When the shooter said press the switch?
Well, I guess we don't.
An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where this switch was, there's little point in debating it.
Ugh! Damn it! I was sure this was the way to go with this!
What is this switch anyway? If we don't even know that basic fact.
Wait a second. I do know what this switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case.
What's up, Apollo? Apollo?
We know about this switch, right? We know what it is.
Yeah?
Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning the switch... Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Justice?
I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what this switch is.
Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking the switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to explain what this switch is?
It's an overly priced gaming system. No, it's for an igniter! Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this?
That what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones?
This is an igniter. Seriously, what phone looks like this?
Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter?
Yes, actually.
You aren't saying that this switch is a remote?
I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter.
What?
Look, I'll show you.
Yo! Mr. Justice! You will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom!
Sorry. That was a bit more fire than I expected.
Yet you had no problem with a woman throwing a whip around and a guy throwing boiling hot coffee in someone else's face. But no, a lighter is where we're gonna draw the line, Judge? Really? Really?
If my whiskers are caught on fire!
Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you?
You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you?
Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. Ah, yes, from Orange Gavin. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of the performance.
Hello, Phoenix! Hello, hello!
Oh, the man himself is here. Oh no, oh dear.
Hello, welcome! Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the agency.
I love this case so much. Best case in the entire game. Really?
Oh no.
There's definitely, it's definitely an interesting one. No spoilers though. This is a blind playthrough, so but I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Wasn't that part of the stage show, though?
Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned. And the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake.
That's right. He got it in Britannia from La Miroir. He said the sound was amazing. Before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes.
I love Orange Clavier. You're like the only person I've met who likes Orange Clavier. Everyone else here is like, no, Orange Clavier is awful. I think it's kind of funny myself. He had on a spray tan for the show. That's what it was. That's what it was. No, they're making good use of that whole cutscene though. It's I gotta say, for this being a 3DS game, that cutscene was actually pretty good.
The better the guitar, the brighter it burns.
Hair forehead.
Yes? Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice heard by La Miroir, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire.
I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latouche and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught fire.
Well, that does seem to make sense. Though something about it is bugging me. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Really? Seems pretty simple to me.
Objection!
Hair forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you.
Uh-oh.
I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong.
What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin?
Prosecutor Gavin is so fine. Yeah, he's a pretty boy. He's a pretty boy. Ace Attorney has some very pretty characters.
Not me over here being a bean simp.
But anyway,
His simple story simply makes no sense. Think, that night, my guitar caught fire, yeah. The cause may have been this indeed.
However, the guitar caught fire during the second set.
That's right, of course!
yeah, here he comes again.
The guitar caught fire during La Miroir's song!
Indeed. Yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated.
Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise for this is faulty.
You see, his story makes no sense.
Objection!
Are you sure about that?
What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice?
Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for this entire case so far.
What premise is this specifically?
I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. Oh, here we go! Bring out the music! Bring out the bop!
Objection!
What's this? Detective Emma Sky heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act.
Objection!
Gunshots rang out, and according to his testimony, Machi was in the dressing room at that time.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice?
Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony. Namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting.
This is insane!
Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames. We know that a remote trigger igniter was inside of his guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act!
What?
Get him! Get him, baby boy! Get him, baby boy! Get him! Get him!
Order! Order! But that goes against the evidence!
What does, Your Honor?
This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes?
Hey, he's right! Look! The bullet is supposed to come after the fire!
You're thinking about it the wrong way.
Huh?
Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it.
Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason.
Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics.
You're saying the order was reversed on purpose? Hmm? Reversed, Prosecutor Gavin? If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flames. Yet her forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire.
Couldn't have put it better myself. And the lyrics were just a framing device to complicate things further. Let's go. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flames. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he had followed the lyrics the whole way. There we go. There we go.
Order! Order! That would explain this most unusual situation.
It does. The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second.
Objection!
Uh-oh. Now what? Our cool music stopped. That's never a good thing.
I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly, it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good. I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic. For it's flawed from the very beginning.
Flawed?
Yeah, a contradiction, Herr Forehead. One I've pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could La Miroir have heard a voice through it?
Oh, right.
I know that you would like to divert our attention from this critical fact. but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise.
Right. Lamiwar's testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice.
What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo?
Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter, and last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be coincidence. But how do I make it work?
I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how La Miroir heard the voice?
A key point to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
Okay, Justice. We've got one thing to prove, and one thing only. La Miroir heard a voice. And she heard it during the second set. Think, how was La Miroir able to hear the voice? The illusion! When she went from one part of the stage to the other. I bet she went underground, and that's where she went underground to make the illusion work, and that's where it was. So she had to have been someplace else. When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it, hadn't been open either. Meaning, it was impossible to hear the voice through that window.
It's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Borginian too.
That's racist! As I was saying, La Miroir could not hear the voice through that window. So there can only be one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely.
What's this?
You don't use me so. And here I thought you and good sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and good sense speak entirely two different languages. Shall I interpret for you, Herr Forehead? La Miroir clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window. And there is only one small window at the scene.
Are you sure? The doors have windows too. I think. Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene?
There is?
Oh, I know that look. He wants us to ask. Very well. Claim La Miroir heard the voice from another location. Mr. Justice, show us where this location was.
La Miroir heard the voice from here. Oh, wait! There isn't one. There isn't a window here. Well, that proves my theory out the window. Window? It could work.
Take that!
This is where La Miroir heard that voice from.
But that's no small window, that's the air vent!
What did she tell us? She said she's a Borginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine that she called this air vent a small window. Oh my god. This is what we're going with? Really?
Objection!
Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. So La Miroir was up in the ventilation system, listening to this man's voice?
That's the only logical explanation, yes.
Logical? I do not think this word means what you think it means, air forehead.
Ooh, nice Princess Bride reference. Okay, what about it isn't logical?
Ha! It hardly merits saying! Why would La Miroir be in the ventilation system? Hiding like a rat! No offense intended to her, of course.
The Explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it? La mémoire. You've been listening to our discussion here, yes?
Yes, I admit, it's had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed, but why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter.
The problem here is words. La miroir, this small window through which you heard the voice. Was it up high on the ceiling of the room, not low on a wall?
Yes, it was up on the ceiling.
What? Got him.
Order! I will have order! Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room? And that's where you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact I was. I am sorry. I never imagined it would become such an important point.
Yes. Well, why the heck were you up there? That's where she was for the stage, the illusion.
I believe it's time for another testimony.
I'm not sure. I can't.
May I remind you that this is a murder trial? We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please.
Well, it looks like I'm on the right track. At least. Alright, what do we got?
Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I had heard that there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I'd heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter.
I know why she was there.
Bound to secrecy?
In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold.
But you say you were in the middle of your performance. So this did happen during the second set.
I did not witness the crime, you must understand. I only know what I heard.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing, in detail!
That's what the cross-examination is for. Ja, Herr Forehead. Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, nor binding pact may hinder that mission.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
What are you gonna do, Apollo?
I'm going to find out the truth. She was up above that ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. Alright. We know why. She was above the ceiling when she heard the voice. I had heard there was a small window. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time. I cannot say. You can't say why you were up there, but we sure can. Objection!
Objection!
La Miroir, truth be told, the reason for your presence above the ceiling is quite clear. Especially when you consider what happened during your performance.
What happened?
Yes, it's all right here on this video. Alright, getting used to that cutscene again. You think I've seen this so many times, I would know this song now. It's funny each time. It's funny every damn time. never gets old. It never gets old. As we can see, La Miroir was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Oh. Though it saddens me to be so realistic, La Miroir is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So the only explanation is that she was hidden from view. And during that time, she moved to the back of the forum.
Apollo!
What, Trucy?
It's not nice to reveal a magician's secrets, and it's against the rules!
I'm a lawyer! I'm not supposed to be nice!
This is all very fascinating. But how is it possible? There's only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast.
Here we go.
Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin?
This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed.
Aha!
He's just realizing his own oversight. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here, we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage, through the backstage, to the rear of the forum. Still, that's... To get there and back in 20 seconds, that's still really... That's still tight. That's still incredibly tight, especially crawling on your hands and knees.
Oh!
Recall La Miroir's testimony from yesterday.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it.
She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of this route above the ceiling.
La Miroir knew of this because of her part in the illusion. But she wasn't the only one who knew.
What?
Just now in the lobby, Machi told me something.
I know if I opening well, I can leave stage on backstage.
He said that?
Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin? Finally, my boy gets to be a little shit too, and I love it. I'm so here for it. I am so here for him finally getting to be a little shit.
I knew about the vanishing act, of course, yet I had no idea the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me?
Magicians only reveal details of their act on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know.
Which is why he bound La Miroir to secrecy. Well, La Miroir?
I am impressed, Mr. Attorney. Machi was right about me.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 20 seconds is insane on your hands and knees. Like, how fast can you crawl in 20 seconds?
So what does this mean? Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling?
I did.
Well, that's that. But I'm still a little confused.
Why is that, Your Honor?
As I said before, there was very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. Seconds tops, especially if she stopped to hear the shooter's voice.
That is a good question. Okay, so they are bringing it up that that's an insane amount of time.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I cannot.
Very well. Mr. Justice?
Yes?
It's all up to you. Do your thing.
What thing, Your Honor?
You need to explain how La Miroir was able to teleport like she did. Or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater.
Just like that? Really? Hello, Ellen. Welcome.
Fun fact, the official Mario Wiki confirms that Mario is of the species Homo nintendonus. I find it unsettling that they don't confirm that Luigi is of the same species. I mean, I think it would be inferred. Or are you suggesting that they're not actually brothers?
Why am I getting picked on? It's Lamar who's not going on with the program here.
As I said, as I have stated before, I am not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail.
Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this.
I love the fact that you gave Apollo a higher pitched voice like he still has it in puberty. I'm using my actual voice! I'm using my real voice! It's not intentional, I just have a high-pitched voice! I have to use my normal voice as Apollo because if I do the voice I really wanted to do for Apollo, I would shred my voice. Also, yeah, he's like 24. He's absolutely hit puberty. What, should I make his voice crack every so often? Should I do that? Just hammer home the prepubescent prepubescent Apollo Justice, little baby lawyer. It's the letter E for excuse. What? Excuses not to necessarily make my living. This voice pays the bills. I need to take care of it. I need to stop shouting if I'm going to take care of it. Anyway, moving on.
We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
Yes, if you would, please.
Right.
I feel like a student before finals.
Good luck, Apollo.
You know, you're a magician too. You can help us out here, Trucy. Lemoire is so uncooperative when it comes to this section. You want to defend Machi, just spill the illusion. Yeah! I mean, she keeps going on about, I know he's innocent, I want to protect him, and yet you're being super uncooperative! Ma'am! Drop the Mystery Act and just please throw us a bone here!
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There was an emergency exit in the backstage, where a stagehand was waiting. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice.
2 minutes? So why did it take 20 seconds?
2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens.
I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something.
As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Miroir is saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
Trucy figured it out already. She is a magician after all.
Well, tell me!
Not a chance. Trucy can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on.
Trucy! Ma'am! Murder case overrides magician's code! You're supposed to be on my side here! Stuffy's getting irritated. he's doing the he's doing the D.O. Are all magicians in this game assholes? It sure is looking that way, isn't it? Including the asshole who's helping us. Alright, I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There was an emergency exit in the backstage. One can enter the forum on the opposite side. The plan was... Okay, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That's a big discrepancy.
Hold it!
2 minutes?
Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you're running.
Running? In that cramped, dark tunnel above the ceiling?
Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me.
You're still on your hands and knees, though! No! You're not running! You're crawling! And you can't crawl that fast unless you're like part spider! Bad mental image. Bad mental image. Go away. Go away. Go away. That's true, but...
So you're saying that on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 minutes?
Yes, though I nearly did make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway.
La Miroir disappears on the video for 20 seconds. But she said she made the trip in 2 minutes. How?
If you want Tuesday's professional opinion, she bets the answer's right there in that video.
Well, Mr. Justice, perhaps you have some evidence for us? Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony?
Evidence explaining the discrepancy? Do we have evidence? Sure, why not? There's one piece of evidence that explains the discrepancy between this video and the testimony. Oh god, okay. What was it? What is it then? Okay, not the lyrics, not that, not that, not that. Hang on a minute. Is there something? Okay, so nothing about the brooch. Well, I mean, the brooch does prove that she was, What does the brooch prove? I mean, it definitely proves that she was moving. It proves that she was moving along. Is there anything... Yeah, I mean, there's nothing there. I feel like this is the right answer. I can't quite explain it. Call it a detective's hunch. La Miroir, do you happen to remember this brooch?
Aha, the brooch! We saw that yesterday, did we not?
It was found at the scene, Your Honor.
And you're bringing this up now. Why?
I thought we had already determined when that was dropped. So did I. But we hadn't. The brooch dropped as she was going across. The brooch dropped as she was going across the air vent, and it fell out through the air vent. That's why she didn't have it on when she reappeared. Take another look at the video. Cause see, there it is. Here, you can see that she's wearing the brooch.
So she is.
Let's look a bit later on.
What? The brooch is gone! What?
That's right. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds. And it takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there could only be one explanation. The La Miroir we see before the finishing act and the La Miroir we see after are two different people. All right, Stumpy, you called it. You called it. There was another La Miroir running around. How are you so good at this?
What?
So who was the other La Miroir? We haven't seen another female person aside from Trucy. But she wasn't involved in this. The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene. And not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. La Miroir, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime?
Yes. I think I did.
Order! Prosecutor Gavin!
From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Herr Judge. I, of course, knew about it. What? Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me that the speech and the shooting took place at the same time.
So I was right? There was a switch!
There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, La Miroir was replaced.
While we're on the subject, who was this replacement La Miroir?
The man behind the illusion, Valiant Grand Marnier.
It was Grand Marnier? That's quite the illusion. But I still don't get one thing.
Yes?
The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on stage.
That's right.
But this fake La Miroir is still singing. And she's pretty good. She is lip syncing. That was a lip sync, buddy.
That's true.
Come on, Apollo, that's an easy one. They were just playing a recording.
The Galvana's on some kind of air guitar band, Fräulein. Really? Because you do the air guitar quite a lot, my dude.
You mean Trucy's wrong?
When we play a show live, we play live. No recordings.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps you can explain, La Miroir? Very well.
Yes, do tell. And add it to your testimony.
I had to keep singing, even while I moved.
So you're... Hold on. You're expecting us to believe that you were still... This doesn't make any sense! This doesn't make sense! Even if she was still singing! First of all, you can tell! You can tell! You can tell if somebody is crawling around in a noisy-ass air vent! The acoustics would be all off! This doesn't make sense! Make it make sense!
Hold it!
You were singing?
Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings, so I used this.
Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling towards backstage?
Why should it matter where I sing? When everywhere I go is the same darkness.
Acoustics! Acoustics matter! Singing on stage sounds really different from singing in a freaking air vent! No! No! I refuse! I refuse this! No! No, 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 no! No! This doesn't work! This doesn't work! I cannot... Because now you're talking about acoustics. Now you're getting into my wheelhouse. As somebody who's had to soundproof their recording area multiple times, I know a thing or two about acoustics. And this doesn't work! It's not about the darkness, it's about the acoustics!
But if you were singing while you were walking...
That's right. Wouldn't the shooter and victim have heard? She was singing right over their heads after all.
That is right.
Are you sure?
You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling.
Once again, we come back to the start of the scene as a crime.
What state?
Trucy knows what he means. That old speaker, Apollo.
The speaker? That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. Oh, that's for monitoring the stage from this room.
Monitoring?
It pipes in a real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set's coming up. Satisfied? That signal was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. At my request, actually. So while Miroir singing in the ceiling sounded just like Miroir singing over the speaker.
Ingenious! Her voice was hidden by her voice!
None of this makes any sense.
La Miroir? I have just remembered something. Oh great, what now?
Do tell!
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes? It startled me, so I stopped singing.
What?
I forgot the words I was supposed to sing. The song stopped? Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse, so not many would notice.
Forehead! That mixing board I lent you, where is it?
The mixing? Huh?
That machine, Apollo, the one that breaks music into tracks!
Oh, this! I'd completely forgotten about it. All right. Well, we will have to take a break here. But when we come back, we're gonna DJ Apollo Justice is gonna be spinning some tracks here. So stick around, guys. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. All right, so I think what we need to do is we need to just listen and see what we got here. Let's take a listen. All right, so we're just gonna hear the whole thing. I don't hear anything. The song does stop there. It does?
It does? I must have missed it.
Look at the lyric sheet. At the top of the second verse. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Now listen again. Oh, she only said it one time. Yeah, there it is.
This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake.
The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second. During La Miroir's ballad.
If that's true, then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter.
Which means that Darian Crescent could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Get him! Get him! Well, Prosecutor Gavin?
Fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen a child turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet, one problem remains.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
Her forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it.
Yet it is entirely based upon La Miroir's testimony.
Yes, is there a problem with this?
Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect it?
We've been through this! They just keep repeating themselves over and over in this freaking trial. They just keep repeating themselves.
Objection!
But you have no proof.
All I'm saying is that the truth is, as of yet, unclear. Until we hear directly from the man himself.
The man? You don't mean...
Yes. Though he is a friend and band member, Darian Crescent must take the stand. I see no other way.
As someone with a new perspective on the case?
As a suspect, to be frank.
All right, we finally get to bring in Darian. Finally. Rat's coming out of his hole. And I'm ready to catch him. Darian Crescent, get ready for justice.
This is as good a time as any to pause for a brief recess. The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin.
I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are.
Very well. Court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess.
To be continued. All right. Oh, Lord have mercy. There's so much about this case that is just absolutely pissing me off. The fact that they just keep repeating themselves, the fact that La Miroir just still keeps hiding stuff from us. If this was an actual trial, she would have been thrown out so fast. She and her testimony would have been thrown out so damn fast. Ugh, I can't deal. I can't deal. We gotta see it through to the end, though. We gotta see it through to the end. But yeah, third case syndrome is real. Third case syndrome is alive and frickin' well. Alright, let's continue on. Let's continue on. He's not trying to forget. He's not trying to protect his bandmate. He knows what's at stake here now. All right. July 10th, 1:40 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. All right. Prosecution makes a claim. You have no evidence. What does that matter? Defense makes a claim. As you can see, there's a clear line of reasoning. Yes, but where's your concrete? Without a doubt, without super evidence, a presumptive innocent. Ugh. Look, I know things work a little bit differently in the Japanese court system. I know that the burden of proof is on the defense, not on the prosecution. That's the way it works in Japan, but this is still just way too extreme. This is way too extreme, man.
Apollo! Trucy can't believe it! It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of La Miroir's performance?
The reason why she was in that air vent, and that switch, and the flaming guitar, when you link it all together, that's what you end up with. Oh? Who is it? Oh, bless! Oh, bless! Hello, sir. Oh, you're the one bright spot in this case.
Daddy! Mr. Wright! You believed in me?
Not really. Fuck you, Phoenix! Damn! Huh? I just thought that would make a cooler entrance than say, hiya. Why do I even bother helping?
Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all.
Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission.
Secret? You mean like you're undercover?
Like Mr. Latouche. Only shorter and not as well dressed.
Oh no! What if you're shot too, Daddy?
Come on, would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. You're leaving? You just got here! Oh, one thing before I go. What? Good luck. Right. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Machi Tobaye off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but... But you're after that detective, aren't you? Darian Crescent. It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our diva divine is telling the truth.
But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch!
A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case.
But...
If the sultry songstress is lying, your case smells like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly singed sense of failure. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that
it'll be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods.
Come on, dude!
Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend.
Detective Scott? Emma?
Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is.
What are those, Daddy?
What were those?
They don't look like very good snacking material.
They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder.
Gunpowder?
Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the one kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually.
So that's where the gunshots came from. It was like freaking firecrackers.
Under the sofa?
Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy!
Right, this! Finally, some evidence that makes sense!
Alright, so now we know where the gunshot noises came from.
And that's all from me, I suppose. See you after the verdict. Maybe.
Right.
Every man has an igniter inside him.
Excuse me?
Find Darien Crescent's igniter and set it off.
And he walked out the door just like a magician. Normally. Oh my, what was the point of you being here aside from the firecracker and aside from eye candy for SDG?
What does he want us to do? No conventional...
Hang in there, Trucy. Hang in there, us! Forget Trucy, hang in there, us! Alright, here we go.
Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where's Detective Crescent?
In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time.
Very well.
Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Darren was the first detective I ever worked with. We started working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 2. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination.
That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct?
Oh, I know. Hair forehead.
Oh, he is pissed. He is pissed that his buddy's involved in it.
Very well. Call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darien Crescent.
You and your stupid pompadour.
Name and occupation, please. Darren Crescent, Detective, Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know.
I wonder if he knows Agent Lang.
And I'm the guitarist for the Gaviners. Maybe you've heard of us?
Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today?
Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. The situation's changed, darling. And don't call me Pop. So much for old friends.
I see what you're doing, Darren. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial?
Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to Lamiroir's testimony, if, in fact, you have anything to say about it.
Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Virginia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice.
Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing. Okay, so is Darren just being a punk, or is he implying that Apollo isn't from around here?
The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. Didn't Detective Emma Skye hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man!
So you claim La Miroir's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong, I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the court eating the vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. Oh!
A punk and ableist. Nice. Great combo.
You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is, you got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Sky? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
He didn't waste any time finding our weak spots. I can't do this with La Miroir's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. Well, lucky for us, a handsome, scruffy man just came by and conveniently gave us what we need, along with some vague, cryptic advice. He was lying, plain and simple, in the first place. Where was it? Where was it at? Detective Emma Sky heard gunshots during the third set. Ah, it's echoing! It's echoing in the bars! Help! Help! Anyway, no, go back here, back here. It wasn't the gunshots that was heard. It was a firework. Objection!
Objection!
Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial.
What things?
The first was this small device.
That's the remote-triggered igniter.
Correct. And one more thing. With the Columbo!
What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not a guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker.
How did Gavin know about this?
How did he know about that? What? Do you think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial, just in case.
Oh, so he suspected it too. But yeah, freaking bring that up earlier, you asshole! Everyone is such a punk in this one. Ugh. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control.
You got an active imagination, don't you? Shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient for me.
How so?
So you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off right when two witnesses came walking by?
That's right. Darian was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage right then?
If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear, you get my drift. Why go through the trouble, man?
Crap.
How do I explain this? She may not look it, but Darian is a gifted detective. Show any weakness, and he's sure to find it. He may not look it, partner? Oh, gee, thanks, man. That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there, just before the third set.
Something odd?
A headset. The kind all his abandoned staff members were wearing.
That's right. We picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room.
What if that headset wasn't dropped, but placed? And what if it was turned on?
You could hear what was going on in that hallway, even if you were out on stage. That's why it was out in the open.
Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Air Forehead. I have a question for you.
Huh? For me?
The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were parts of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. So the headset from the hallway into the mix, and you could fabricate an alibi. But we are still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake, we can't say.
You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third set were faked. Now, you need to prove the other half of the case.
The other half?
Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove that the thing went down in the second act, while our little piano player was on stage. That right, Gavin? Indeed, if you can't prove that. Then to continue this cross-examination will be pointless.
Well, Mr. Justice? Can you prove the crime took place during the second set?
Yeah, I think.
You'd better know, Apollo, otherwise we're through.
It can be proven.
You make it sound like somebody else is going to come along and do it for you.
Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness, your testimony, if you would.
This isn't going to be easy. I need some decisive proof and fast.
You ready, kid? 'Cause I am. The shooting took place during that second set. If you're so sure, let's see your proof.
You guys remember what I said? You guys remember what I said about the miscue? I think this is our chance. Well, we gotta present the mixing board first. Objection!
Objection!
It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in Lamuar's song.
Her song? What exactly is this device thingy? A new variant of gramophone for...
Shut up, Judge! I'm also gonna... It's been more than 10 minutes. Ah, damn it! There we go. Keep pressing the wrong button for that. I'm so used to pressing the delete key for the box of shame. I got to see Eric Vale and Weinhoff today. Nice! Come on, we just used this!
Don't get me started on gramophone.
This device was used to record the performance part by part.
Part?
You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjusted separately, Lamuar's voice included.
Oh, but what's this proof?
According to Lamuar's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song.
Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
Oh, he's sweating. He's sweating.
How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage?
Have you forgotten, Diane? We were all wearing these headsets. We were all deeply involved in our performance, but Lamuar's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same.
Then let's get to analyzing that recording. Right now!
Lamuar stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot, and I'll find the gunshots. All right. All right, so it wasn't in the... It was the second verse, so let's take this part by part. So the second verse should be around here. Ah! There it was! There it was! Did you see it? Did you see it? Alright. There it was! There it was! Okay, so... Select... Alright. But wait, where do I present it? At the end of the first or the start of the second? I think I just need to pause it in I think I'll just wait till both gunshots go off and then present it. There's one. There it is. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is the track with Lamiroir's vocals.
I did hear something faintly there, yes. It sounded like a gunshot.
What? This has to be some kind of a mistake.
I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lamiroir's testimony was true.
Ugh.
Order! So she was telling the truth about what she heard.
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Lettuce.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch now.
Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire.
Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage during the second set.
You could have done it. But why did we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from this weapon?
Lamiroir was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Mr. Lettuce's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent?
Once again, I am reminded of something. Our performance that day.
Your performance?
Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, El Forehead.
What is it with today? Problem after problem. Achtung! My heart won't start. My guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp. And to top it all off, someone's dead! And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about?
This part is off.
Which is that?
Second guitar.
It was you, Darin!
I thought it strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that.
Yeah, well, You what? Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at?
I'm talking about the murder weapon. Mr. Lettuce's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder, if you're an amateur.
Wait, you mean his plane was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? You're forgetting something!
Yes, Detective Crescent?
I am a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training, plenty of it.
I'm no amateur.
The standard sidearm issued to police officers is a 38 caliber weapon, a much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Lettuce, which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim.
So the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean?
The thought had occurred to me, yes.
There we go. There we go.
Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent!
What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say.
Hey you, attorney!
Me? Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise out of tape that can be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a 45 caliber kickback. I wait for this case, Gavin, I really do. Well, why don't we bust out a metal detector and see if your shoulder's been dislocated? It worked for Von Karma. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth.
The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to these cases so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reason why you couldn't have done it.
Come on. Why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy.
I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him?
I can think of a reason.
A simple reason. Indeed. Prosecutor Gavin. Is it the case that Mr. Latouche had not been to our country before?
According to our records, yeah. Not even once.
I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Great. Now I need to find a motive. Oh, we got motive. We got a motive. I know exactly what it is. Why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? I got no motive. First trip, how could I possibly know a manager? Oh, I can think of a reason why you want to kill him. I can think of a reason why you want to kill him. Objection!
Objection!
Your Honor, take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like candy.
It's not! Don't lick it, please! I really, really need to know if the phrase, "don't lick it, please," has ever been said in a court of law. I really need to know if that's ever been said in a court of law, because that is a wild statement. Detective Crescent, ever seen this?
Looks like a piece of candy.
What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found amongst the victim's belongings.
A cocoon? I've never seen one of that color.
It is a variant only found in the Republic of Bosnia. Nowhere else.
All right, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with a motive for killing Mr. Latouche. Does it?
It does. Wait, I mean, I think it does.
You don't sound so confident, man.
A cocoon? Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make soap out of?
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A curative? For what?
Apparently, it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Bosnia.
Whatever for? If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world?
Yeah, that's what Trucy's been wondering.
Me too, for that matter.
We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet, if you change the process only slightly, you could easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact.
I thought it was gonna be like a drug. I mean, drugs are poison, so maybe that's it.
Hello, Ritsuka! Welcome! Thanks for tuning in! Welcome to the investigation! We are wrapping up case number 3,
I think.
What?
There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out onto the black market. It caused quite the commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware.
Intriguing.
All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export, one rigidly enforced by Interpol, amongst others.
So I'm wondering if Lang and Francisca had any part in this. Was this what they were investigating? No, they were investigating like a money laundering thing. But if it's Interpol, I mean, it's been I don't know. It's been 7 years. They'd probably taken on tons of cases between then.
Interpol?
Right. The victim, Romain Latouche, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as a manager. But that is misleading. Romain Latouche wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent.
So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That's what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder.
Oh, so I was gonna sell it on the black market? Make myself a pretty penny?
How bad do you think Lang is at his job? No, I'm not saying he's bad at his job. I'm saying that they succeeded and that's why the ban was put into place. That was the result of the investigation. They figured out what was going on, so that's why the ban was put in place. I'm not saying Lang is bad at his job. I mean, he is kind of bad at his job, but that's not what I'm saying here.
Ridiculous. Totally unthinkable.
Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony about this smuggling of cocoons business. International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in International Affairs. I know the deal. Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Latouche undercover. You kids think of the craziest things. But no way am I gonna risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted. According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something. I've got to find out what. International Affairs got a memo. It was all hot and bothered. You can't sell them on the black market. Cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative, except... except to cure an otherwise incurable disease. Yeah, that pompadour is full of shit, sir! Objection! Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then?
I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye.
Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this?
That article? That's about the Chief Justice's...
A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease, a cure for enteritis.
Enteritis? I've heard of that somewhere.
You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning!
Aha! That's the disease the Chief Justice's son has! You aren't saying...
Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice.
You are saying... The Chief Justice would never deal in contraband!
Not even to save his own son's life?
But even if this deal went through, it'd be an international scandal!
That's Detective Crescen's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice.
Detective Crescent, is this true?
First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway?
As tasteful as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, my seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller!
Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice? Where's your proof? Crap. Oh yeah, and you're forgetting one other important thing. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Virginian Customs barely sleeps, they're so worried about those cocoons getting out.
So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination.
Virginian Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot and then sentenced to death. Hey man, if there's a way to get cocoons out of there, I'd sure like to know. Wait a minute. I think I know. I think I know. I think I know. Remember how he said the guitar was shipped before it got burnt to a crisp? It was vacuum packed and super sealed? I bet he stuffed it inside the guitar. I bet that's how he got it through. Objection! Actually, there is one way. What? One way to get something out of the country. No checks.
What is it?
You become a prosecutor.
A prosecutor?
I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday at your office?
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like La Miroir.
How did it end up here?
I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So this guitar is from Virginia?
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in the air pressure and humidity would ruin the wood. So we vacuum packed it in the Mars studio. I used the special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
Yeah, there it was. There it was. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you for that. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched?
Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets on the vacuum packed in Bosnia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was...
With cocoons this small, it would have been very easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Borginia.
What?
Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right?
Work?
Good memory, Herr Forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yeah, this in fact.
An igniter!
Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar?
You mean...
He means this, of course.
Oh!
There was a way to get the cocoon out of the country. They could use the picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that than someone with access, like a member of the band? Get him! Get him! Get him!
Order! Order! So the igniter
Was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems.
It was a safety precaution.
A precaution?
Ah, Herr Forehead. At last it all comes together.
Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro? The gentle sounds of La Miroir's ballad, if you please.
First, my keys were stolen. A harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case.
The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar.
I see.
But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then, the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler.
What's that?
Mr. Latouche.
Oh,
Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself.
If the cocoon were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. And that's why the guitar was set aflame. The guitar burst into flames, and the cocoon was lost. And then, Mr. Latouche died,
With Lamérois there to witness it.
There's your case. Brilliant, man.
Detective Crescent?
I gotta know, you make all that up on the fly? For a made-up story, it makes a great deal of sense, darling. The Republic of Virginia? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there.
True, you haven't.
Let's see you make up a story for that, kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh? It's not so hard to imagine. You had help. A Virginian accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamérois heard proves it. You made this transmission from backstage, while your co-conspirator was on stage.
But who was it?
This is it, the coup de grace. And for once, I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him.
Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. Be warned, with a great accusation comes great responsibility. Make up your answer on the fly, as it were, and you will be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice?
There's only two people. Only two other people it could have been. It wasn't Mr. Latouche. And Lamérois heard the shot herself, so it couldn't have been her. Unfortunately, Machi's our guy. There's only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice. And that person is the defendant, Machi Tobaye.
Mr. Justice! He's your client!
The defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one! Again, Matt on guard. None of you people remember this case. I assure you, no one's more unhappy about this than I. But I'm here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche. And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime.
Indeed. The defendant is Virginian. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was in fact Lamérois?
It couldn't have been.
You seem sure of yourself?
The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor.
Electronic signals?
Recall that this remote only works to a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, that's true.
Now think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lamérois was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from an air vent.
Looking at this, it seems that Lamérois still commits on the deed.
No. When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and the Lamérois stand-in were in the air. They were on a tower, which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from Lamérois' position in the air vent.
Oh!
Well, Detective Crescent, What do you say to that?
Your Honor. Yes, Detective? Can we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time? Well, I don't see why not.
What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this! Alright. We gotta deal with Orange Gavin again. Too bad, so sad, punk.
Punk? First you were Sleeves, then Kid, now Punk. You're losing me fast, Apollo.
What exactly were we supposed to see in this video? The problem isn't in what we see. Correct, Diane?
Right. It's what you hear. We are musicians after all. Care to explain for us non-musicians? Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the wee pianist to set off that igniter? That right? Yes. Well, in order to do that, you'd have to press a switch. Am I right? Okay. We'll take another listen. Pay attention to the piano. Piano? The piano never stopped.
What seems to be the problem there? The piano sounded just fine.
And that's the problem. You still don't get it? Yeah, I was supposed to hit that switch if he's playing. You got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Diva.
Mommy, what?
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Uh-oh. Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press a switch! Not good! Now I'm listening real close to that piano part. The piano plays non-stop. He couldn't have pressed that switch.
Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire.
Well, it's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo, were you wrong?
I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just...
Strange?
What's strange?
No, it's just... something's odd about the performance there.
Odd?
Mr. Justice, if Machi Tobaye didn't press that switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is.
But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice. You got the facts wrong, then. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, the story's full of holes.
Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Was the defendant, Machi Tobaye, the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you've said here. Give us some thought.
Apollo, if Machi's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined.
I know that! It has to be him! He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler! He had to have pressed that switch!
Well, you better find a way to prove it.
Ugh, what do I do? What do I do?
There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd.
Something odd. Wait a second.
What? You thought of something?
What was Gavin saying just now? Oh, we gotta re-listen to the performance. Maybe we did miss something.
Something's odd about the performance there. It's not much to go on, but it's all I've got. What exactly did he hear that was odd?
Have you come up with something, Mr. Justice? May I remind you that everything rests on this. Can you prove Machito Obaye pressed that switch? Let's hear your final answer.
I think we can prove it. I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible.
Then as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Hair forehead, you sure about this?
Accept it! There's no evidence, man! Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice. On what do you base your claim that the defendant pressed the switch?
Let's bring out the old mixing board again. The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor.
Music? What about music?
Let's listen to the piano part, around the time when the switch was to be pressed, right before the guitar burst into flames. And we will do that right after we take this break. Got one more unskippable ad, so hang tight, guys. When we come back in 3, it will be time to wrap up this case for good. So stick around, guys. We'll be back in just a bit. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. This case has gone on long enough, I say. let's bring this to a close, shall we? Alright, so I think what we gotta do now is... Yeah, it's isolating the piano. I think that's the key. That's what we gotta do here.
I hear a piano being played.
But doesn't it sound kind of simple?
Simple?
Ah, I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Machi could have played that part with one hand?
One hand?
Yeah, whoever said it. Yeah, Myers, you got it. He only needed one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other. What, is he some kind of piano savant? Actually, no.
Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand.
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about here. Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy.
Yeah? You got something?
Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist. Could he?
Oh, Daddy? He couldn't play a part like that even if he had 3 hands.
So sorry. So sad for you. No, not really.
Huh?
That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way.
Man, how are you gonna prove whether he played it with one hand or 2? You can't!
I admit it will be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand.
How do you know that?
The clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song.
No way. Well, it seems we've come to the moment of truth at last. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst into flames.
Machi was definitely playing one-handed just before the guitar caught fire. And one section of the song proves it. Alright, so let's isolate just the piano and see if we can catch it. Okay. Yeah, here you can definitely tell he's playing with both hands. And then it switches the one hand here, I think. So yeah, compared to the second segment, this section sounds really good. Let's give it a shot.
Take that!
Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now just what it was that sounded odd to you.
As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, Herr Forehead.
Oh, look at him making eyes! Look at him making eyes across the court!
Realized what?
I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to this, but a fleeting melody phrase. Ah! Yeah, notice that? I don't know why I don't know why it had us present the first one instead of the second part. That was the part with the problem, but whatever. This whole case doesn't make sense.
Man, how many times do I have to listen to the same thing?
You're right. Enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we?
Another section?
The guitar bursts into flames at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot in the first verse. Pay attention to "Oh, that night in your embrace." Yeah, you hear that? Not when Athena exists and I shipped. I don't know anything about Athena. It's. We'll see. We'll see.
Play verse 2 again.
There! Did you hear that? Yeah, kind of weird that a musician wouldn't catch this.
They feel the same, true, but they're clearly very different.
What? Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You'd have to use 2 hands to play that for sure.
Huh.
What's that prove? I would think you'd know that by now.
This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the 2 verses in a different arrangement happens all the time. Not this time, Diane. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him placed specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different, I asked myself.
Now ask yourself why Machi changed how he played, and there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch! We've got him now, don't we? Or is there gonna be one more thing he pulls out of his ass?
I believe this ties all the facts together.
We haven't had the big breakdown! We haven't had the big breakdown yet. Also, this is kind of, this is bringing to mind, a lot of parts of this case remind me of other cases. This reminds me of a case in Death in Paradise where a musician was killed, before he came on stage. And I'm trying to remember how exactly this went down. The musician was supposed to pop out of a coffin because he was like, that was part of his act. It was like, it dealt with like voodoo and stuff, and they were trying to play up to it. And the singer would come out of a coffin and start his song. Well, before that, he was shot by one of his bandmates. So as they were playing along, like nothing happened, the stagehand started bringing the coffin up, and the guy, the killer, was so stunned that the coffin was still being brought out, even though he knew the guy was dead inside, that he messed up on his song. It was just one little slight note that was off, but the investigator caught that and was like, huh, that sounds different. It's kind of reminding me of that.
Well, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yes, quite. Though personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment.
What? No comeback? I can't believe it. I finally did it. I shut him up. No, he hasn't had the big breakdown yet.
Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Good show, Sleeves! No, great show.
It's not over? I don't like it when he looks so happy.
You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing.
Personally, I'm terribly disappointed in you, Herr Forehead.
What did I do?
Don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts all check out. But even now, you have yet to show us a...
We literally have a recording. How many times are we gonna go through this?
This case is getting on my nerves!
Hi, Arpitol. How are you? Good to see you.
Exactly! We have enough in any other court of law, we would have enough probable cause to throw him away by now, but no! Oh my god, let it end! Yeah, but the facts! Anyone can see it was him!
Unfortunately, Oh my god! Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it.
But, yeah, no, this is exactly my reaction too.
1,000 facts might point towards the same conclusion, but without decisive evidence, it's not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system.
Oh my god! I don't believe this!
It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present.
Oh, I think if he did, we already would have seen it a long ways back.
It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This sucks. You accused my client based on vibes. And now you're saying we can't do the same when we have hard facts?
The truth is staring us all right in the face!
Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Yeah. Fuck you mean, nuh-uh! Exactly! This is infuriating. This is absolutely infuriating. Trying to calm down. Yeah, no, it's unfortunately extremely relevant today.
Apollo, remember what Daddy said?
Save me, Hot Phoenix Wright, please!
It won't be easy proving you did it. Especially not under the current court system.
So what do I do?
Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it'll be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Ugh. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darren Crescent's igniter and set it off.
Lucy wonders what he meant by every man's igniter.
I think he just meant a weak spot, no? The kind of thing that has a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. Got to find a weak spot in this guy, something fatal! So, can I get back to work now or what? It may look like I got a lot of time on my hands, but I got no more time to play pretend with this deadweight attorney.
Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go.
Every man has an igniter. Huh? Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yes, good guitars are kept dry, why? That provides the best sound.
Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning. What? What are you on about, Apollo? Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, he'll be out of your hands for good.
Go for it, Apollo!
What? And this igniter's supposed to come burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney.
All the better. I'm as fond of poetry. And I intend to hear this one through to the very end.
The writer, I'm not sure if it was Shitakemi himself, would claim the reason there was no decisive evidence is because Darien was changing the evidence. I feel this is a retroactive excuse. Still, yeah, it doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it. This case sucks. My apologies to Phoenix in the chat, but this is easily the weakest case in this whole game. This case is just infuriating now.
Herr Forehead, you are accusing this man, Darren Crescent, of two crimes. The murder of Mr. Latouche and the smuggling of a Brazilian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case.
Hello, Mark Joestar! Welcome! Thanks for joining the investigation. That's the series curse with the third trial. Yes! And we're seeing it in full here. Between this and Rain Code, Third Case Syndrome is unfortunately alive and well. And that infuriates infuriates me. I need to do a whole video on third cases alone and how often they suck so much worse than the other cases in the game. I'm not gonna stick around because I don't want to get spoiled. All right, take care, RP Doll. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go! Thank you, Presto!
This is your last chance to prove your case. This trial has already run on for far too long.
You're damn right it has!
Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Diane Crescent.
Okay, this really is my last chance. The key that will take apart Diane Crescent's plan is... Save the game first. But I think I know what I need to do. Call a witness. Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence.
So what is?
It's true, I couldn't show decisive evidence. But perhaps what I need to prove my case was something else.
You mean a witness?
Proving his guilt is a tall order. But I've got just the person to do it.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Diane Crescent's guilt?
It's gotta be his accomplice. The only person that can... Oh, hello. The only person who can prove Diane Crescent's guilt is the defendant, Machi Tobaye!
Your client? Again?
Machi Tobaye was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Diane Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in this case.
How so?
It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latouche was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Virginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would no doubt also find inside the burned out guitar.
Ah, very scientific of you.
Thus, if Machi Tobaye acknowledges his agreement with Diane Crescent concerning the attempted smuggling of a Borginian cocoon, the case is solved. Oh my god, stop laughing, please.
Darian's laughing again.
Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to.
Why not?
A little key tickler won't acknowledge anything. Especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling. What's this all about? Taking a cocoon out of the country means death. By Borginian law. Yeah, see? If our pianist really was a smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide!
Believe me, he's not talking, but you're wrong, Detective Crescent.
What?
It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble.
Huh? How?
If Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts, by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Virginia.
And they likely broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Borginian cocoon.
Yeah, but... But if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Borginian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now.
Yeah, but you can't do this! You can't accuse me!
Maybe the law doesn't allow it. But who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The court of public opinion, baby! The same goes for Machi Tobaye. The cocoon smuggling? Your entire plan? Machi Tobaye knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling! Give me that breakdown! Give me the breakdown! Give me the breakdown! Come on, give me the breakdown! Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. Hidden mansion, real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? No, a house made out of pianos. Come on. Please! Don't! Much better. There's the breakdown I wanted. It's over!
Darian, I consider that my last session with you. We rocked.
I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession?
Uh-oh. He's laughing again.
There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though. Finally! Oh my god!
Well, have you been listening to today's trial?
Yes.
And you'll talk. You'll tell this court everything?
I didn't want it to turn out this way. But I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime.
Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now.
I knew. From beginning, I knew.
Machi.
Situation I cannot explain, but money I needed. Very much money.
Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule. However,
It's become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard.
Thank you! Jesus!
should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machi Tobaye,
Yes?
I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charge for the murder of Mr. Latouche, this court is prepared to announce a verdict.
Oh, look at the pretty boy.
I thank you. I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth.
That's our job. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Machi Tobaye,
Not fucking guilty! Oh my god! Oh, gee whiz. Court is adjourned, and thank God for that. When this game was being made, there were changes being made to the Japanese legal system, so we're seeing this reflected here. Right. It's a product of its time, is what you're saying. But oh my god, I could not deal with this case any longer. July 10th, 4:42 p.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
Trucy wonders what'll happen to Machi.
Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. I guess there'll be another trial here. All's well that ends well? Hi, Phoenix.
All's well that ends well.
Daddy!
I owe you both my thanks.
La Miroir?
My, is something wrong?
I'm sorry. Machi was your partner on stage. Your friend.
Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do. Yet, something got a hold of him. Something evil. I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be?
I'm still sorry.
Do not be sorry. You have given me courage.
Courage?
I am considering an eye operation. It was my suggestion, actually.
You mean you'll be able to see again?
It's funny. I have always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving. According to the doctor, La Miroir lost her sight due to some kind of accident.
An accident?
As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I've been running from. I was scared. You know what changed your mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth. If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting.
Painting? That's right! She's the landscape painter in sound after all.
I will paint the two of you, I promise.
Woohoo! Juicy can't wait, La Miroir!
I owe you my thanks too, Apollo.
Thanks, Mr. Wright, but for what?
You reminded me. I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is.
What is this secret mission? What are you up to? Right, your secret mission.
Apollo, Trucy, I hope that we'll meet again someday soon.
You bet! Juicy does too!
And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on and on and on and on and on and on until it came to the end. Thanks to the trial, the Guitar Serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad,
Have them catch the killer at the end!
bless you, Trucy. The end! Oh my god! Alright. That's it. I'm done for tonight. This was a rough one. It started out with it started out so cool. It started out so strong, and then it just dragged its ass along like an incontinent dog. Anyway, that may have been a bit harsh, but yeah, we're done here. We're done here. We'll be back tomorrow, though. We've got a whole other week coming up for you guys. I will be posting the schedule tomorrow, but we will be back with Raincode. We are now in Chapter 4 of Raincode as well. We're going to finish Apollo Justice before Raincode, though, because Raincode does have one more chapter. But we will be diving back into Chapter 4. We've also got the finale, possibly, of Date Everything on Tuesday, along with P3 Reload, and we're doing another round of Monster Prom with Tyree and more new friends. So be sure and tune in for that. Schedule will be out tomorrow. So go check it out and be sure to tune in. For now, though, the SGG Detective Agency is closed. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me. This was a slog of a case to get through, but I really do appreciate you guys sticking around. And that's it. Y'all have a great weekend and stay super. I'll see you on Monday for more Rain Code. Good night, everybody.